Well, welcome back to another video that we're doing specifically for you because you are a Zazzle designer and you've touched on this video now and opened it up because you're probably struggling with Zazzle. You're getting tired, overwhelmed by all the work, and you go like, I thought this was supposed to be fun. And it is. And you just have to make it fun. And we're going to give you a whole bunch of tips on how we make it fun because we've been doing Zazzle, like posting products on Zazzle since 2008. It seems wildly long ago.
Okay.
And yeah, we still love Zazzle. We still love having fun. And as part of any business, especially if you're like starting your own business and using Zazzle as a platform to create print on demand money, then you want to develop your business plan with fun in mind, because otherwise you're just making a new job for yourself, and I don't want that for you. So stick around. I'm Elke. This is Jen. The two of us teach and mentor and coach people who love Zazzle too and want to really succeed by making some serious money and yet still have fun on the platform. So welcome, and we are set to go with some great suggestions for you.
Okay, so the first thing that we want to talk about is your desire is most likely having fun while earning money. A lot of people, most recent years, switch from, corporate jobs or 9 to 5 jobs onto the online space out of necessity because COVID happened and, everyone had to stay at home, and either your job personally was transitioned onto the online space, or maybe you were unemployed and you had to find a different source of income. So understanding that there has been this transition of people moving on to the online space because of necessity, that's one thing. But the second thing is that now that you have the capabilities, or maybe you've just come into the online space and you want to make earning money online fun, that is the whole desire. That's the whole outcome that we want everyone to have. And when Elke and I first came out with our courses and our information publicly and free to help people learn how to make money online with Zazzle, that was our own desire, is to showcase to people that you are able to have fun and make money online, right? Because you don't want to create a business where you're slogging away hours and hours and hours and not seeing the results, and also then not actually being 100% invested anymore because it's just more work than you want it to be. So we know that you're here because you do want to earn money, but you also want to have fun while earning money online. And Zazzle gives you the amazing opportunity to do so. And I'll share a really fun story from when I first started out on Zazzle. It was more of a hobby for me, definitely, when I was first trying to figure out the platform and the way that things worked. But it gave me an outlet that was allowing me to be creative and also just explore and have fun. And there was no pressure. And also, there were no expectations and no limits, because I could just have fun and play around with things and try new things and see if those things would work or not. And it allowed me to have, that euphoric state of just being and designing. And I come from an artistic background, granted, so it was a lot of fun for me to just play around with certain designs. But whatever background you come from, there is an opportunity for you to explore using the online platform with Zazzle to have fun while you're making money, right? And if you want to bring it down to even figuring out what your niche or your niche is and what products you want to post in, the reason why we help people find their niche, and the first question that we ask them is, like, what are your hobbies and what are your interests and what are you excited about? Because not only then are you knowledgeable about what people would buy within that niche or in that niche, and also the fact that you have that knowledge and it's relatable to you, right? Imagine you're a golfer and you now think of creating an online platform or an online business with Zazzle, and you have no idea what to do or what to post or where into what direction to go in. But since you have that knowledge of being a golfer and you go golfing every weekend, you speak the lingo, you know what they wear, you know what they buy, you personally buy your own equipment, you already have that experience that you can translate that into an online business. And that's where the fun and the connection can come in, especially with even just figuring out your niche, which is one of the most important things to determine when you're first starting out online.
I know, and if you love it as a hobby, in terms of your activity like golfing, then you're definitely going to enjoy doing things that are related to that hobby, even though you're running your Zazzle store as a business, because we really are very passionate about making sure you understand that the difference. is money. So, but another thing that is really interesting is the actual like non-negotiable, right? If you set this as a non-negotiable, I want to have fun while I'm earning money. That's like an oxymoron. It's like, oh, you mean that's possible? Now with the online space, and there's so many like different ways to make money than traditionally, it definitely can be more possible within many different ways to make money online. However, running a proper business the whole way through doesn't have to be a slog once you get really serious about it, right? Like everyone can have some fun, like Jen said, just like, and that's the other thing I want to point out. Like she didn't touch it on it completely, but I agree. It was the same sort of thing. Like both her and I, we did a lot of physical creative things like art and jewelry and clothing and all that stuff. And there was such pressure on us to make it something that would sell because we invested money in it. But since we didn't invest money in Zazzle, and we do like free store, free to open up a store, make as many products as you want, up to $100,000 per account, or sorry, 100,000 products per account. And so the sky's the limit, right? And sure, there's the pressure to make money from your efforts, but there's also that pressure. And you just saw Jen when she was explaining it, she was like calm and relaxed, and she was so excited because yeah, it was like a little outlet to just play and then make it look like we just made a product because we posted them for sale. And then the fun part was, oh my gosh, I just made this for fun, and here it is sold. That was like icing on the cake, right? So don't forget that. But to have the ability to have something like the Zazzle platform and print on demand actually be fun, because as Jen said, you can relate it to and focus in on something you already enjoy and sell product in that niche without being a manufacturer, without being a big brand. Like that's just like, yeah, that in itself is fun for anyone who's excited about starting something new and not having like this huge barrier to entry.
Mhm.
So that makes it fun just in itself, because it's not going to be that hard a business.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I wanted to say too, and then also leading up to that, is that the reason why you're building an online business is potentially so that you have more time to have fun, right? And do things that you love. So working online for a certain amount of hours and having that flexibility of the passive income coming in, you can literally be on the beach, sleeping with your family, with your friends, on vacation, or just
Of course.
on the golf course, doing anything that you love, whether it be luxurious or not luxurious, just even having quality time with your family and friends, and allowing yourself to have that fun in addition to working, right? Because a lot of people who are in a 9 to 5 job or a corporate job that actually is in more than 9 to 5, travel, commute time, working after hours. I have some friends and family members who see their kids very little, right? Just on the weekends or a couple hours to tuck them in before they go to bed. And so allowing yourself to create a business that gives you the freedom and the time ability to have fun while you're working on your business is the second most important thing, because you want to have fun while you're working on your business, but also have fun while you're not working on your business.
Yep.
Yeah.
And still earning money.
Yes. And then that kind of brings us into the frustrations that you might be feeling or have that can translate this thing called Zazzle or this thing called your online business into what might be is that you might be scared or frustrated that potentially you're in the moment right now where you're working all the time and you're not seeing the results and you're not able to play, or that some people have this really weird stigma about owning their own business where that means that there's more responsibility, there's more actions that you need to take, there's more things that you need to control, and so that it's actually going to be more work for you, and you're not going to have that freedom or the flexibility of playing or having fun and enjoying your time.
Yeah. And I want to speak to that because when you come from a different background, like if you're, and even when you are on the online space, and if you're not a successful online entrepreneur that's making a lot of money with very little time, then you just don't have the skill set yet to understand how to create that income while not working 24/7, right? Everyone thinks, oh, starting a business is hard. Any business is hard, but it doesn't have to be a lot of work. And it can, as long as you get tools and skill sets and a plan, you right away actually cut your time down by a lot when you're actually, following something that's already been proven to work. So that, like, don't come in with these assumptions that you've picked up from somewhere else, whether that's a failed business already, and then so you have like businesses don't work, etc., or you are, assuming like I did, like I come from a you have to work hard for your money background, and because of that, I just worked super hard. Then I realized I actually wasn't making a lot of money. But then when I worked smart, I started making money and not very many hours. So yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around it. So just give it time. Go with some people that like associate with people that have that that skill set already in place and that is able to help you understand how do you shift your mindset and shift your actions so that you can actually see results with less time and less work.
Yeah. And that leads us into the fears that you might have, because I personally had a lot of fears about losing interest due to the frustration. And the frustration is working all the time or not seeing the results, not seeing the dollars come in. Elke and I made $90 in our first year. And imagine how many hours we put into that. And I did the math one time, and it was like less than a cent per day. I don't even know how you would even add that up, but $90 for 365 days of pretty much working, that allows you to really think about your choices and say, is this the right thing, or should I be trying to do something different? And thankfully, Elke and I pushed through, and she was our saving grace by figuring out what we now call the 5 strategies, and we teach in our Profit by Design Academy coaching program. But I implemented those strategies into my store in my second year and my third year, and then I started to see the results. And I just want to give myself a pat on the back, and Elke too, for keeping our interest in learning and trying to improve our business, because I'm pretty sure there are many people out there, including yourself watching this video, that you might have that fear of losing interest due to frustration, or losing interest due to not seeing results and then finding out that something may be more important, or also life just happens. We have so many clients that have come to us after a couple of months and said, hey, I haven't been active because all of a sudden X, Y, and Z happened in my life. I had to move. I changed jobs. This happened to my family member. So there's a lot of factors that could influence this. And I understand, and I see that fear. And I'm like, we both, Elke and I, have felt that fear. I stopped working on Zazzle for 2.5 years because of something that happened within our family. And so just understand that you're not alone. And if you have the persistence to keep going and to learn and to keep yourself accountable, then this fear is actually not a true fear, right? If a fear is a fear because you're going to get hurt, or if somebody's injured, or if it's life threatening, then for sure. But fear of losing interest because of frustration, that shouldn't keep you from moving forward, right? If you already have that fear at the beginning of opening up your business or starting something new, and you say, oh my goodness, I might lose interest, so why even start? Well, then you're not even going to be like, there's no way that you're going to succeed, because you're never going to move forward. And so this fear of losing interest due to your frustrations should not be something on your radar, and you should just turn it into and understand what your ultimate dream goal is. And your dream is to turn your hobby into a thriving business. And whether or not we want to call it a hobby or not, maybe it's something that you're very interested in and you have the skill sets, and maybe, like we mentioned, you are somebody who has never opened up their own business or started a business. Turning something into a business and being able to call it your own is so rewarding. And just knowing that you've built this up from scratch, and it's all your responsibility and all your actions that got you there, is, yeah, just very rewarding.
We've had so many, well, I mean, the two of us feel that every day. Like we're just so like, I get to do this. This is what I always say. Like, I get to do this. I can't believe this. Like, I make products that sell year after year, and I just watch my emails come in, and I'm so excited about that because the emails tell me how much royalty I made from another sale. And I, made that product years ago, etc. And I go like, my hard work paying off. My smart work is paying off. But the other thing is that we've had so many clients that just like finally switched and they realized, oh my gosh, I did this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been able to do anything like this in my entire life. I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
And that gives me goosebumps. Even like we have countless people that have had that happen to them, and thankfully they share with us, and so we get to be part of that journey of their improvement and change in their lives and transformations. It's awesome.
There's one little exercise that we do for mindset, and it's to envision how you would celebrate or what you would do or say to people a year from now, 5 years from now, if you achieved what you want to achieve. And that excitement, you can even see it in my face, like your smile, the excitement of being able to sit in front of everyone who's so important to you and say, I have now created $1 million online business, or I've sold my first $5,000, or I've even sold my first product online to a complete stranger, halfway across the world in Australia. Imagine what it would look like to celebrate your accomplishments before you even get there, because understanding what it would maybe look like helps manifest those action steps that you would take to get you towards your end dream goal.
Well said. So, how can we help you get to your dream goal and make it fun? Well, always, always, always look for help that is going to help you make your life easier. And then we have two very special things that are down in the links below this video. One of them is for beginners. We're going to walk you step by step through starting your own account and Zazzle store, making your first product, and how to promote it, all for free. Just have to sign up and get that link so that you can start watching those videos. And also for anyone who's now either going to keep going with that because they loved what we just told them and look how easy Zazzle is and fun, then we have a downloadable for you for the 150 most popular niches, products, and keywords that you can use to start selling on the Zazzle platform. So take a look at those, sign up for those, and let us know how you like those, and let us know how you really enjoyed this as well. Because sometimes we like talking this way, not just like, oh, you have to do this, this, and this, and you'll make money. It's so much more than that, right? And once you realize there's people that think the same things, have the same fears, have the same desires as you, and you go like, look at where they are now, then you can be inspired, hopefully, by what we've just said, and also join our community if you'd like in any way that just keeps this momentum going and this positive energy. We'd love to have you.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you there. Bye.